Welcome back to this quick 4K science per minute series, just finishing off our mega base in a fairly quick way. So last episode we were looking at the the yellow science component. Hang on, I'm confused. The flying robot frame part of the yellow science component that we need for this. And we were mucking around with recipes a little bit. What I think I wanted to do was copy something like that, maybe. Just put that away for now. Then we're going to have to... Yeah, that should do it. Get rid of all of this. Because we're going to have to move it. So this line here is basically going to be where we put in a liquids, another copy, a liquids, something like this setup. And actually, I should probably include those just to save myself some time. 1, 2, 1, oh, 1, there we go. So something like that. I don't really want it to waste all of its time doing that, but never mind. So this is how we interconnect. That's not going to work. Let's give ourselves a little bit more room. Maybe that. Can you actually reach the whole way? Because that would be really handy. Yes, you can. Yep. Okay, good. So now this one is set to the correct thing. This is not. I'm trying to sort out a tileable. You have to be careful. If you're on here, you're actually on the item that's requesting the modules. You're not on the assembly machine, so you have to be off to the side to move the assembly machine around to what's actually required. Now, these are normal engines. I've got to get closer. Up here, we're basically trying to tile at that point, so I don't really need those. That's the general idea with those guys, which means that can't be there. And yes, we ended up with only 5, was it? Yeah, I think that's right. 5. 4. It says 4, but we actually have 5. Can we tile 5? That is the question. And on the electric engines, we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we get 8 on the electrics, which is what we've got, so that should be fine. Yep. Okay. Let's see if that is in fact tileable. Now, let's just check the usage of iron out of these machines, because I'm wondering if I actually need that gigantic case or not. The gear wheels. The gear wheels use 809. The pipes use 809. No, I don't actually need a giant single. I can make do with our usual array. Like so. And then something like that. That probably means we want to do something like that, perhaps. Or am I going to want to put modules on these? I'm not sure yet. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of that and use it to copy, say, wait a minute. We haven't done enough of over here. Ah, yeah, we need the right sort of inserters. Do I have any? I don't even have any white inserters on me. Stack filter inserters. Which I could probably do with 100. Oh, let's just get 50. I don't need 2,000 of these ones. Take that back to 1,000. Why don't I just go? Where are you? ME train. ME train. Oh, I may have left it over here somewhere. Let's just see. Is it manual? Okay. It's just sitting here. So, if I was to tell it to come to me, that would be worthwhile. And let's get rid of that one. Go back to the ME starter, get a little bit more equipment, particularly these guys and the white ones. Don't know why I have so many of these. I might get rid of some. Yeah, we're not taking our super long way, so that's good. Yeah, so what are we up to? Episode 4. We are finishing off the yellow science that we need, and that's a bit of a roundabout way, but I guess it works. We should be able to ghost most of this down and just get it built very shortly. Just wait for the things that I'm after. That's probably pretty much all of it, so let's just see, where do I want to get to? I wanted to get to about here. I may end up building purple science. This is where all the stone comes in, so it might make sense for purple science to sort of be down here. Oh, there's some more oil there too. Crazy amount. And a little bit more iron, not too crazy just yet. Because this is fairly close, I guess, to that. It's sort of in this radius, not getting out as far as this one. Yeah, the base is a fair size. What's going on here? Okay, we can't empty for some reason. 16,000. Looks like there's a condition there that's not quite right. And that's caused a bit of a a crowded situation. Alright, let's see what's going on here, and why this one also. Oh, it was missing inserters. Okay, what is your problem? You don't actually have green wire connecting you up. That's what your problem is. No wonder it is attempting to put far too much of a certain type of product in. So now it doesn't act, it's got 518,000. Okay, that's going to be tough. Are these all basically the same? Yes, they are. Right, go away. You emptying? 10k. You are connected, aren't you? So, plastic. Yes, we don't have a timer there. So what we're going to have to do is pick up some of that and pick up some of that, and probably have to do it all the way along. Oops. Though that does work quite well, so maybe that's what we'll do. Oops. Better. Can't do it too fast. Something like that, just to get it to be able to start unloading. A little bit tedious, and we're almost out of space. Yeah, we're out of space. That's what happens if you don't wire it up properly. Are there any others that are missing a wire? This one, same issue from the looks of things. Yeah. Are you full? God. Okay. You can go. What? Oh no. That's even worse. It's loaded the first. Oh no, 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 no. It's loaded like the first half. It's going to exacerbate the problem even more. Oh no, 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 that's not the one. That's not the one with the problem. It's this one with the problem. so this should get rid of some of our excess copper coil. Right, we're up to here. Excuse me. Right. These sorts of issues you resolve a lot faster when you only have short trains. I think we're almost at the end of this though. We might have to farm off a little bit more of our wares before the end though. I don't know where we got up to. Here. What have I got? Plastic in there. So if you don't fully realize what I am doing, basically these were full, so I've made some space for it to unload plastic, and that should be enough for these to work so that the plastic can now fully unload and then it can go back to normal. Why are you not moving? Oh, you are. Long as they all still have plastic after I fed back the copper coil into them, they won't need copper coil for quite a while. That should sort out that issue. And oh, why are you leaving? Because we said leave at 32k. That is not what I actually wanted. I want you to come back to here. And just a moment. And back. And we are back with our resources that we were after all along. So, we didn't want blues in there. We wanted greens. Greens there. Let's get rid of that for now. You need to be a green. That's not... Oh, that needs to be white. That's what the problem is, isn't it? Right, so the steel goes this side to make engines, and the green circuits this side to make the electric engines. And this is used to... is this the same? No. So let's copy your request. And what are them? So hopefully, I don't know, I might just add these at the end. Shall I try and get to some power somewhere? Should be power down here. Almost 10 gigawatts. Okay. That's mainly just... Actually, let's just quickly check that again. As you can see, that's mainly the 18,000 beacons not doing that much. That is where all the power goes. In these big bases. We were going to use this, were we not? Now, what I'm hoping to do is place that. So that's 4. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, we don't need this bit here. That might be too far away. Oh, it might not have been. You certainly need something in there and there. Gonna probably have to see where the trains end up lining up to see where the right spot for them all is. Oh, every second one of these is not set up quite right. It would seem. Okay. Slightly annoying, especially since we've used all of our green inserters. Turn you guys off. Should have turned you off at the beginning. Oh, and we've got blues back here. That's not good either. You know what? Can I create one of my outpost stops? You have no power. You have power now. Is everywhere covered? I think so. Yeah, it should cover everything. Why don't we just get a train to come here? Do I have a ghost route? I do. Good. So that's what we need. Why don't I increase this by 100 to 200? Whoops. 200. Connect that up. This is why we get these janky names for these stations. It's because I'm just taking the default. I probably should. We don't know how long this is going to sit here for. So let's just do it this way. get it signaled. That's not everything that we need, but it's a good start. How far away are you? Making your way here. Hang on. Oh, we picked up everything. Awesome. So hopefully I can replace the faulty, the blues with greens. We do need a little bit more work here though, so let's see if we can sort that out. I basically want that bit, and that goes like so. Every bit that is missing that, just every second, gets sorted out. Okay. That's arrived. Now, how many? Oh, we don't have very many, do we? Still, it's a very small build that we needed to do here, so that's fine. I could always go and get some more robots, I suppose. Do I have robots? I do have robots, but I hardly ever go near that area. I don't need 300. Generally. So these look like they're facing the wrong way, don't they? Trying to unload, not load. So this is for the lube. That's it. 136 items. Okay. Now, I know I over-ordered the green inserters, so I should be able to take some and fix up the issue with the blue ones that we used in places like this that I didn't notice when I made that blueprint to speed the whole thing up. So let's replace those now. That looks to be it. What's the matter? Oh, we ran out of power. That's what the matter is. Okay. That should restore the power here very shortly and get our bots to finish that build. Oh, it says it's not powered. That's better. Well, we don't really need to worry about whether it has enough or not, enough resources or not. What I would like to do though is put down, because each of these will be a requester station, we need to see that where we put the station is going to make sense. It's going to have to go about there. This one, that does look like it works. I think. Oh yeah, that's right. The steel sort of jumps around from taking it off from near the front towards to near the back. And this one for iron, that will do as well. Okay, good. And I'll use requesters on each of these as well, because we want to control the source that we use to get our material. We also are going to want green circuits on all of this. Did we get enough of the... you've stopped moving. You don't appear to have picked up enough boxes. Okay. What's your name again? Your name is Biddle. Is it Sam? Sam Biddle. Okay. I'm going to force a refresh, because there appeared to be a few items that didn't get included properly. It says only 8 of these. I'm not entirely sure if that's correct or not. Let's have a look. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. That might be all. Because it does read the fact that it needs to get 2 steel chests to make these things. It does work that out correctly. One of these things can't have been powered when we did the first analysis. But anyway, what else do we want here? Well, I do think I probably want our stacker. So we have an option for empties to come in. And we have 1 or 2. Whether I actually need, I probably don't need as many of these as I've got, so I might just get rid of... oh, I've got nowhere to put stuff. Let's give them a box. Yeah, we don't need this many, I would think. Because the volumes of resources coming in are actually not that high. And we don't need... we only need 2 supply stops. That would be my take, anyway. And one of these guys coming down to there. Okay. That's just so that I can put not one of them, but one of them there, and then it will make sense, not there. You can use rotate to force the signal into the location that you need it to be in. Now obviously hardly any of this will fit in RoboPort range, but we can fix that up as well. Right, that'll do if I just get power for this stuff. And the very top part of this was not covered, so we'll have to do that ourselves. And down here, this just needs a connection to the line. Like so. And we will also give it a chain coming into this decision point. And you probably need one of these as well. So having that there does mean it could pull in stop here, so actually we'll get rid of that. And what are you doing at the moment? Nothing. So what we'll do is we'll refresh this one again, Sam Bidden. And that should give us another request up here, mainly just to pick up some rail and a couple of things that there's plenty of stock of, and then these bots can sort that out for us. That's that end. Now at the other end, I need an exit for these three, and this one needs to go into a stacker, maybe for 2. So what I guess I will do is not sure. Will this work? Something like that. So it's not a hard straight across, just prefer it that way, I guess. Something like that. And then we want, where's my measuring stick? I had a measuring stick, maybe I don't. It might need a little bit of a touch up down here. like that. Oh, it's not actually doing anything at the moment. And this is just so that we can put some... that looks a little high, so maybe that wasn't actually a measuring stick. No, that's my measuring stick. So how high does it need to go? About there, and everything after that point is a waste. And then this one can just head back to the main line, if we don't do silly things like that in the process. Right, that should more or less do it. We don't need that bit, we don't need that bit. I think that is okay. I would like to get rid of all these stupid trees. You in range? Yes, good. On over here, these guys probably be a fairly wasteful option. Yeah, that's not very good, but never mind. Could I... there we go, that's better. No, it's not. That's the wrong juice. The right juice is lube. Now I know I never really set my lube up properly. It's sitting here. And that needs to be set up. And so does up here, the lube stop. So we're going to have to do that. Fortunately it's not that far away. What's going on over here? Nothing. It's all built. But we can't see it, so let's put a radar in. What's your problem? You're unnecessary, that's what your problem was. We have any more of these? We do. Okay, let's quickly put these in. There we go. So that will sort out all of this. I don't even have to hit refresh. In fact, it will do it for me. Let's go and sort out the lube train, and then we'll come back and sort out those bits, and that will probably have to be it for the episode. It is quickish since we don't have to run backwards and forwards for supplies to keep filling up those train areas, but yeah, it's still, building big bases always takes a certain amount of time. There's just not that much that you can do ultimately to speed that up. So lube should start off as an empty lube train just sitting down here, and then we will call it through to turn it into a full lube train. That's empty petroleum, empty, okay, so this one can be empty lube, empty fluid equals is it, can't remember if it's lubricant. It is lubricant, empty lubricant, okay. And then we go to the requester that says, I've got enough for you, come up. It's just a little bit tidier. Probably not going to have a lot of lube stations. It's already set up as a requester. It's lube load. Can make a request lamp over it now. If we put that there, red. Let's get a decider combinator. This is just the sort of basic setup for getting TSM to work. So if lubricant is greater than, I think it's 400k, 400, might make it greater than or equal to, set P. By convention, P is 1 because we've got 404. Then we probably don't have a lubricant. We don't. So let's create one. This is lubricant, lubricant, select. No, this is incorrect. Let's not do that. In fact, let's do something different. Let's use our empty lubricant wagon that we have from down here. Empty lubricant. I might even use it twice. Now we'll select from empty lubricant. Empty lubricant. There it is. Save our empty lubricant, and we need it to full, so actually let's search on empty lubricant again. Full, we'll forget about inactivity, we want it to be full. Okay, that's fine, that's done. And then this can be empty lubricant train. No, that can be when train's on the way is less than P, call in the empty lubricant train. There we go. And then we need this one up here to be full lubricant, which supply. Okay, so fluid equals lubricant. Keep it in R instead. Lubricant and its supply. In just a moment. And to continue, Okay, so yes, this one is the supply, so more tree clearing required. But if we come back to this train, we can now say that your station assemblage is you go to empty to a circuit condition, then we'll add a weight condition, which is lubricant supply, and that is also circuit condition. There are two supply stations. I'm actually going to send you to the supply station now because I know you're full. And now we can also have the source priority, the lubricant one that we started building, which is for full lubricant trains, and we will select from lubricant supply, and that should be fine. Oh, actually I want to get rid of the inactivity. There we go. Now that is the request for lubrication for our electric engines. Yep, just over here. This guy can probably get eliminated soon. What are you called? That's no good. Fluid, make sure you use small letters, equals lubricant, load 1, and you will be after a lubricant, and that should be on its way, but it's not. That's because we don't have this condition yet, or do we? You go to here, to here, to here. If that's not what we want. That's what we want. Now it's on its way. Right, the next one is basically we need to set up, well, this is for the empties. What did Planner say on these guys? We need 2.6 machines, so they don't need, they do not need anything. Okay, this is our iron request. Let's it should be an even draw on all of these boxes. Of course, there's nothing over there to help it reach, so we're going to have to do something like that, and put in a decider combinator. And this will be if iron plate is less than, say, 10,000 even, output P, which it will be doing, and then what were our iron plate requests? We want it from supply 2, so I guess iron plate 2. And that should be coming as soon as we have trains on the way is less than P. There you go, iron train coming. And this one is for steel and green circuits, so we actually need a second requester. Which can go there. We will need 2 of these, and we will need to wire this one in, perhaps also with green. We'll need to wire both sides. Looks like we're currently wiring something that we don't need to be wiring. Oops. Oops. There's absolutely no point of including in the circuit the contents of those requester chests or supply chests. What we actually want is just these steel boxes. Obviously missed one. Now this is okay, it's within 2. It'll actually give me a warning if it's not. So this is steel is less than, actually I might make it, ooh, somebody's run out of fuel, that's bad. $16,000 steel, then P can be 1. And this one can be green circuits is less than 16,000 as well. Then we'll make it Q, PQ equals 1. This one can be for steel. I actually want to take it from supply 2 in priorities, so let's make a new one. Steel. Supply 2 and steel supply 1. Now steel. So it's reversed from the other supply. This way it will be a much closer generally when it's available, but it will take it from both if need be. I probably need to change the names of these as well. That needs to be trains on the way is less than P. This is going to need to be trains on the way is less than Q. And we're going to need a green circuit request. Probably this one, green circuit 3. Green circuit 3. And you can see that, is there a Q coming out of that? Yes. Less than Q. What happened to Q? Oh, I'm using trains on the way. Right. So this is when you have a multi-requesting station, what you should do instead of using trains on the way, use the actual resource, and then it can order both rather than just one. So it wasn't ordering the electric circuits because it was already ordering this one, and it's probably not ordering queues right now because of another reason, being that there are none sitting there because we have a train that actually managed to run out of fuel sitting here because it probably never had much fuel. That's awkward. Do I have anything? No. Let's see how much wood we collected. Wood is going to be our new fuel for the lube train that obviously wasn't fueled properly. So the way the fueling works in TSM as well is that it assesses whether you need fuel when you pull into a station, so it's not doing it all the time to keep it in very low UPS usage. And here's another signal that we can fix as we go by. There. So this train has never moved anywhere until now. I gave it a tiny bit of fuel. When it pulls into its station, it will add to the end of its record the fact that it needs fueling, which we'll be able to see in a minute, because if we watch the train, what's that? If we watch the train, this doesn't take very long, and okay, why are you not leaving? One other little thing for us to sort out. Should use this tiny bit of concrete to speed me on my way. You connected properly? Maybe. Lube train. Why are these trains not leaving? Because there's no signals, and it looks like you're in the same locked path as this one. That's the reason. So what we need is that, then that, and this hasn't changed because, well, and the thing that I wanted to check was that this is now going to go to the fuel station, which apparently it is not. Maybe the amount of fuel we put in is actually enough that it thinks it doesn't need to, but what we could do is probably actually force it there. I think we'll do that. Fuel stop 4. Go there until inactivity. That'd be better, at least we'll get some decent fuel on board. It would do it automatically, but we probably put enough wood that it thinks it doesn't need to. And let's just go that, and that. And you still haven't ordered a green circuit because you are loading up, but you're just about full, so you're about to leave, I would think. 10 seconds in activity. So this one probably come up to here, immediately be given a command to come. Oh, alright, so Red has stacked up some commands in front of us. Let's have a look. Yeah. There's a few demands before we get to our one. Unless you put priorities on the requesters, they'll do them in the time order, so all those ones that we set up earlier are getting filled first. So it'll be a little while before green circuits can be supplied. Now this one here is our we're ready to pick up electric engines. So we will need a decider combinator. Green will do as well for this one. If I remember correctly, electric engines stack to a size of 50. So what this will need to have is, that's 2,000, 32,000. Electric engines greater than or equal to 32,000, say. The green is here now. We'll set that to a P. And we will need a empty electric engine. Item equals electric engine. That's not correct. Engine, electric engine. What are they called? What are they called? Hang on. I know. What are they actually called? They're called electric engine, just like I spelt it. Don't know. Electric engine supply. I'll find out what the name actually is and fix that between times, but meanwhile we'll have to get a new train for this, and this can be it's going to be electric engine load. And then these ones up here are going to be electric engine supply. Item equals electric engine So the train is fairly simple to set up, but I'll fix those names up properly and get the train set up probably between episodes. But thanks for joining me. That's all we've got time for in this one. Next time we will be doing purple science. What have we got in purple science to do? Rail, furnace, and productivity module. Okay, should be interesting. Alright, I'll see you then. Thanks very much. Bye bye for now.